Welcome to the Workforce Workshop podcast, where we teach you how to locate, attract, hire, train, and retain your ideal workforce to grow your business. With years of research, professional experience, and guest interviews, we're empowering business leaders with the information they need to know to build their business. Enjoy today's episode.
Hi everyone, welcome to our new episode of the Workforce Workshop. Today we will talk about various staffing challenges. But before we start the discussion of various staffing challenges faced by an agency, we need to understand the industry briefly. This understanding will build a strong foundation for the challenges the staffing industry faces. Generally, the staffing industry worldwide is considered more short-term recruitment, example, contract-based and temporary positions, as opposed to a recruitment company that provides a permanent talent pool to the company. According to the statistics compiled by Statista in the year 2019, the global staffing industry has generated revenue of $497 billion US. Out of this, the US staffing industry single-handedly generated $161 billion US, and 85% of this revenue was generated because of the temporary and contract employment sector. The annual temporary and contractual workforce totals around 16 million, with an average working tenure of 10.1 weeks. With all the information known, we should move ahead and list the staffing challenges and try to give out a simple solution along with this. The US staffing industry faces multiple challenges while operating due to the various aspects that affect the process of the recruitment process. The first challenge is about talent shortages. The 2020 Global Recruitment Insights and Data Grid cited by Bullhorn states that top challenges faced by more than 73% of staffing agency or recruiters is talent shortages. This means that while the recruitment drive takes place, the recruiters try to reach out to two pools of talent. First, those who are unemployed and are actively looking for a job. Second, the group of exemplary talent pool that is already employed. The former is easier to go through with the recruitment process, but since the most talented individuals are employed, it gets slightly difficult to find the best candidate according to the client's needs. Thus, it becomes extremely important for them to use cold outreach to contact them and try to provide our clients with the best talent in the market. To support this fact, there is a report from the professional networking website LinkedIn. According to the report, about 87% of the people are open for new jobs and opportunities. This directly translates to the skills of the recruiters in picking out the right fit for the potential candidates or employees. Another aspect of this staffing challenges is the high employment rate. If there is a higher rate of employment, it becomes equally difficult to find the perfect employee. There is always a bunch of professionals that are the best match for certain profile, and then there is a group that are looking for a job but not adequately qualified. Because of this, the shortage of talent persists anyway. Second is the high competition. The next one on the list of staffing challenges is the high competition among the eligible candidates. This is a repercussion of previous challenge. A smaller pool of talent is equivalent to higher competition among them. Thus, the businesses are required to offer highly lucrative offers as compared to their competitors in order to claim the best for their organization. This is not limited to the financial compensation a company offers. According to a 2019 CNBC survey Monkey Workplace Happiness Index study, non-monetary perks and compensation are found to be the biggest boost for an individual and contribute heavily to job happiness. Further, 9% of people preferred more paid time off in improving their job satisfaction, and 14% prioritized training and learning opportunities over others. Additionally, autonomy to work, contribution in the workplace, opportunity to grow, and meaning were also marked by many as important qualities a workplace must have. In these situations, it is suggested for the staffing agency to specialize in order to assist themselves in speed to the candidate. This translates to them choosing a specific niche of staffing and working harder to achieve expertise. This expertise will also reduce your dependency on technological aids and speed up the process of recruitment. Although there is no denying that technology helps you reach larger group, but having a specialization gives them more leeway. When an organization has a database for a particular sort, it becomes more likely for them to survive the competition in the market even without a high-end tools at their disposal. Are you wondering how? Well, that's because you know how and where to find the perfect candidate for a client, and this quickens your process to recruitment. This also gives you the leverage in a situation where you place semi-skilled labor, as you can get them to work efficiently. Third on the list is slowing the hiring process. Imagine the recruitment process taking so long to conclude that you lose interest in the job and move to looking to similar and quicker option instead. Sounds relatable? Well, the slow hiring process is one of the key reasons a highly qualified candidate could check out of the job opening and move on to a quicker one. This is the next staffing challenge faced, as you have to keep the potential candidate engaged in the process. According to a study concluded by Glassdoor in 2017, the average hiring process time is around 24 days in the United States. Some positions and industry may want a shorter or much longer hiring process than that. It depends on the industry. For instance, the recruitment process carried out by the government is concluded in 54 days, and contrarily in bars and restaurants is completed in approximately 10 days. Talking from the perspective of candidate, a company that is longer than the industry average hiring process time might be a turnoff for them. This slow-paced process poses the company to a few risks, like a competition approach the candidate and he is willing to work for them instead. The candidate has been appearing at interviews for multiple companies and thus takes the earliest offer at hand. The individual may not feel like a potential valued asset to the company, leading to a disinterest in the organization. To provide a simple solution in this regard is to be transparent with the candidate about the timelines up front. This will set realistic expectations for them, as they know what to expect from the process and when. This can help in slowing or negating the buildup of disinterest in the candidate. This is one of the major staffing challenges faced by any agency. The fourth challenge faced by a lot of people is the increased transparency. Moving to the next point on the list of staffing challenges is increasing transparency for the candidates. The majority of most talented candidates are highly selective, and they can be, which means they vet the companies equally as compared to the business evaluating the candidates themselves. There are multiple company review websites on the internet like Glassdoor, and also job search websites like Indeed feature company reviews along with their job listings. This becomes a challenge for the recruiting companies. Businesses ought to work to make involuntary turnover smooth to the level that is extremely smooth. The biggest priority for a company is to retain their employees. The employees should be kept engaged, and this must be an integral part of the business strategy. This would not only improve the company's reputation and also assist in attracting the best talent in the industry. The fifth one on the list is the unrealistic employer expectations. Employers that wish to retain and grow with the top talent working for their organization should have realistic expectations. about the journey that would help you achieve the goals. This is another one of the staffing challenges that is a hurdle for the recruiting agency. Here are some of the things that are certain to affect the hiring efforts. Lack of 401k plan, missing benefits like of medical and dental expenses, denying bearing the moving costs for out-of-state candidate that has been shortlisted by a firm, inadequate salary offer. There is no flexibility at the workplace, for instance, the choice to work remotely even periodically. Lastly, there is a lack of employee development opportunities or continuing education reimbursements. According to the reports of Harvard Business Review, this is a brief list of benefits expected by an employee from a job. An organization or employer that denies a respectable wage and does not assist the candidates or potential employees achieve a good work-life balance is not attractive for these individuals to choose you from the options they might have. The sixth challenge on the list of staffing challenges is prioritizing candidate engagements. The next staffing challenge is to keep the candidates engaged. With the advance of technology, it has become extremely easy to be in touch with the willing candidates and keep them engaged in some way. Communication channels like email and social media platforms like LinkedIn have also contributed enormously to this aspect. Over a period of time, another form of communication has risen a mainstream form of communication, like texting. According to JobVite, 43% of the millennials see this as an acceptable form of formal communication. 46% of Generation X are fine with it. 36% of baby boomers comfortably text with the recruiters as well. So when you interview the candidate, make sure to ask them if they are comfortable texting. If the answer is yes, congratulations, you have unlocked another way to keep them engaged during the entire process. By switching to this solution, you must reduce one hurdle from the many staffing challenges. Seventh, recruiting through non-traditional channels. Another form of the staffing challenges is the process of recruiting candidates using non-traditional channels. According to the reports generated by JobVite, many recruiting agencies and businesses have commenced using social media for the same. Approximately 63% of the hires are using Facebook and 77% of the hires are using LinkedIn. Further, these recruiters are also moving to social media platforms like Instagram. This is assisting them in reaching a higher pool of talent and stand out from their competitors. Roughly 25% of them are actively on Instagram. Due to this huge shift, even the recruiters are expected to keep up with the changing times. This has led to an increasing expectation of finding talent and connecting them using multiple online communities like Reddit, LinkedIn, groups, Slacks. This has to be credited to the innovation in this arena. The last one in the list is building brand culture. If we look at the culture in the corporate world, a few years back, it was all about getting the perfect job or the job that always aspired. Currently, the scenario has moved on to find the organization that fits the best. It is about the company and how it relates to the candidate. According to a report by Talent Economy in 2018, the millennials, who are expected to constitute a whopping 75% of the workforce by 2025, are eyeing and prioritizing companies that are socially responsible. Further, 64% of them are of the opinion that if the employer does not align with their values, they won't take out the job at all. So if a company culture or value are unclear, negative, or undefined, that is certain to impact the recruitment process for them. Businesses must make a list of the characteristics that are the ideal employees for them, and then work accordingly to build a culture that supports this idea. Also, the company must demonstrate this very culture through their website, marketing material, actions in society, and embody the vision behind the culture using their product or services. All this has become very important as the candidates are making notes, not only the current generation, but also the ones that are expected to join the workforce in the next 5 to 10 years. This might not seem a major challenge today, but it is developing to be one of the major staffing challenges. In conclusion of this episode, I would like to say that there is a long list of staffing challenges that exist for an agency or staffing company that is on the journey to acquiring the best fit of a candidate for their clients. All of them have been discussed in detail. A simple solution to all these problems and hurdles is to face them and upgrade your working styles according to the current trends and expectations of the candidates, while holding on to the one set by their clients. It must be very clear that not moving forward in your process will only lead to losing potential clients and the best pool of talent to your competitors. This situation is not suitable for the agency, but also is unappreciated on the client's end as well. So walk into the latest solutions with confidence and use them according to your requirements. I hope you got all you need to know about the challenges of the staffing industry. That's all for this episode. Links to everything will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. It will help us produce great content for our professional audience. Let us know if there's something you want us to talk about in future episodes. Please click the links in the show notes and you can submit your questions directly to me. Thank you and see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Workforce Workshop podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Links to everything discussed will be in the description. To contact us, click the link in the show notes and you could submit your questions or share your story. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.